In the red corner, we have Brian setting up Derpy Dozer, a very fast robot that in the previous round definitely lost a wheel. Came apart pretty hard. And now going up against David in the blue corner with his scoop. This one has a big lifter on the front as well as a secondary wedge underneath it. Even though they're small, they are still very fast and powerful robots. And especially with these two formations, we'll definitely be looking at driving skill as the major factor in this fight. All judges ready? Everybody's in and ready, so we will begin in 3, 2, 1, fight. And you can see Derpy Dozer snaking his way across here. A very fast little robot getting underneath of Scoop and tossing him into the blue side there. This thing is ridiculously fast as he pins him up against the wall. Nearly manages to hold him there, but David uses that scoop to push himself away from the wall, getting out of Derpy Dozer's little pusher there. And Derpy, not nearly as derpy as it sounds, very fast, very nimble. He can absolutely turn on a dime, and backing into Scoop, trying to push him into the red hazard. Unfortunately, that ends up flipping Derpy upside down. Derpy using the hazard to flip himself right side up, which is actually very important for him because he's got a gigantic magnet under there, but it's only on one side, and that magnet is very helpful for having more pushing power. Both of them vying for position here. You can see Derpy getting underneath the Scoop and ramming him up against the wall, causing him to flip over. Scoop now with his Scoop halfway open. I'm not sure if he can use it to right himself necessarily, but no, David's shaking his head going, nah, that's not going to work. In the meantime, Derpy taking advantage of the situation, getting underneath of the extended wedge of Scoop, who is trying to flip himself over, but it will not work, so he's going to have to go in upside down. He's trying to get to the side of, oh geez, where is he backwards? Everything's upside down. Controls get a little bit confusing when you're upside down. Left is right, right is left, but forward and backward is still the same, which, I mean, how weird is that? As Derpy gets behind and underneath Scoop and pushing him clear across the arena. He still wants to get a good push towards the, oh geez, hard off of the red hazard. Scoop nearly finding himself outside of the arena. Derpy now trying to get around the blue hazard as David's Scoop is just really having trouble figuring out where to go at all. This is a confusing situation for him. He's trying his best to position himself, but really wishes he could get right side up. It would be a heck of a lot more effective now into a pushing match between Derpy Dozer and Scoop. And surprisingly, despite being upside down, Scoop is holding on in this absolute stalemate of a pushing match. 1 minute to go. Once again, both of these guys hoping to be able to get a good quick push out the red side there. Unfortunately for Scoop, upside down is going to be very difficult for him. Again, face to face, going absolutely nowhere. Completely equal in pushing power, although for a moment there, it looked like Brian might have been trying to lure him in a little bit as he gets a good grab on him and pushes him fast into the blue hazard, sending him across the arena towards the blue side pushout. And now it's Scoop underneath of Dozer just for a moment, does manage to lift him up with that Scoop. He's now right-sided after that big hard hit off the hazard. And so now he's using the Scoop as an arm or something. I feel like he's a matador at this point, both between holding his Scoop up in the air as well as his controller position here, holding it above his head off to the side. He is very serious about this fight, and with 10 seconds left to go, he's going to have to be. Each one wants to get a very decisive win here before it goes to a judge's decision, but it's coming in 3, 2, 1, and time is up. That's the end of the fight. Good driving to both drivers, David and Brian.
Sticks himself to the side.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is a very difficult one. This is going to go to a judge's decision. We have 3 judges who judge based on damage, aggression, and control shown through the fight. Damage I don't think is going to be much of an issue, but aggression and control both key. In our case, we consider aggression to be always going after your opponent, not running away, but trying to actively engage them. Whereas control is all about pushing your opponent around, being the one to land the hits, and directing the flow of the fight. And the judges have decided the win will go to Brian with Derpy Dozer. Congratulations, Brian.